Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is Mans, and I'm going to be switching things up a little bit. I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be going through one of the best songs I've heard in a long ass time. I ain't gonna lie to you. That being "Fake Woke" by what's his name? Let me just pull that up here. That's Tom Macdonald. Tom Macdonald wrote this incredible piece of Shakespearean literature, and we're gonna go through it line by line. I could listen to it, but it's more important, I feel, in terms of getting the message across, to go line by line and just actually read what the hell he's saying. All right, if you would follow me along, and we'll get to it. All right. So first off, let's start with the first verse. He says, "I think it's crazy. I'm the one whose label is controversial, and Cardi B is the role model for 12-year-old girls. Not all of them, but I mean, she is a role model. These rappers pushing Xanax at the top of the bill. That I have a big problem with that shit. There's too much like drug use bars in hip hop to the point like it turned me off to hip hop. 100%. I don't like that shit no more. Everybody's just getting high, popping pills, Xannies and all this other shit. If you have a drug problem, like seek help for real. I understand these are your vices to get over maybe like personal demons and stuff like that, but there's better ways and just ask for help because there's too many people dying out here, especially in my culture, in the hip hop culture, man. And I hate to see it. But if I mention race in a song, I'm scared I'll get killed for it. Well, it depends on how you mention race. It's backwards. It's getting exponentially dumb. It's more difficult to get a job than purchase a gun. Nowadays, yeah, unemployment is a little bit, it's not a little bit, it's a lot of bit higher now, especially due to the pandemic. Okay. Eminem used to gay bash and murder his mom, and now he doesn't want fans if they voted for Trump. People grow, dude. I mean, yeah, he used to say some wild shit back in the day, but over time, you got to be happy that he got more mature and that he learned from the nonsense that he used to say. Now he's like, I would assume, like a better person. And I think you'd want better for the people who follow him. He doesn't want people who follow him to repeat the same bullshit that he did. You got to grow up eventually and get some kind of morality, right? I don't know, whatever. We're ashamed to be American. You should probably love it. Uh, Not ashamed, just annoyed. Cause you have the right to say it and not get strung up in public. As children, we are taught how to walk and talk, but the system wants adults to sit down and shut up. The system. That's kind of general. That's real general. It depends. It depends because there's people on the right who want people to shut up, and there's people on the left who want people to shut up. So it kind of depends on which side of the fence are you really. If you're Colin Kaepernick, they'll tell you not to friggin' take a knee, or if you're LeBron James, you got to shut up and dribble. But those same people will want Kanye West to talk all this shit. You know what I mean? And vice versa. There's people wanting people to shut up on both sides. So. So I guess, yeah, the whole system. I guess that makes sense. Cancel culture runs the world now. The planet went crazy. I mean, if you live on the internet, it don't really affect me too much. Just don't say anything super crazy like some like hyper Nazi shit and try to kill people or give death threats, and we should be all right. Label everything we say as homophobic or racist. I mean, if you said something homophobic or racist, then you should, chill out. If you're white, then you're privileged, guilty by. White people hate hearing that they privileged, huh? They hate that shit. All our childhood heroes got Me Too'd or they're rapists. My childhood heroes are solid right now. No, mine didn't get Me Too'd or they're rapists, unless you're like your childhood heroes, like, one of them Weinsteins or Epsteins or one of those guys, I guess, or friggin' Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby, that shit hurt. I ain't gonna lie, but I mean, according to the situation, I mean, he kind of deserved it, did he not? He out here touching people and R. Kelly pissing on people. I mean, they kind of deserved it, did they not? I would assume so. Now we get to the pre-chorus and the chorus. I'm only gonna go over these once, obviously, because I don't need to go over some shit that was repeated already. They never freed the slaves. They realized they don't need the chains. That's a big fact. They gave us tiny screens. We think, all right, so you think we're slaves because of the screens, not because of like uh, prison system labor and shit. Okay. Well, yeah, this too. They could program you for definitely for sure. They knew that race war would be the game they needed to play. Race war is it's rough. There's definitely people who prey on pushing race like a lot, like a lot to get buzz going on whatever story they want to do. I see that a lot on like CNN or MSNBC. They'll make sure you know that a white cop did this to a black person and stuff like that. But there are situations and there are problems that still need to be dealt with that are very racially motivated. And I hate the fact that there's so much boy who cried wolf situations when it comes to racism, that when actual racism comes along, it makes those valid situations look bad. So there are definitely people trying to push this shit, but I don't want it to overshadow the actual situations that are going down. If that makes sense. If you need me to explain it further, just let me know. For people to pick teams, they use media to feed the flame. That's a fact. It's either you're like conservative or liberal nowadays. That's just how it is. Morality doesn't really got, well, to be fair, morality is another thing that's subjective. But everybody's either red or blue. And regardless, even if your team might be wrong, you'll fight for your team regardless. And you'll never say that your team was wrong in this or that. Like Democrats won't bring up the whole Debbie Wasserman Schultz thing with Bernie Sanders back in 2016. Every friggin' conservative that I saw was telling me that the Capitol Hill riots were by Antifa. The fuck? It's okay to call out your own team, is what I'm saying. Nobody's perfect, and a lot of the times your team might be fucking wrong. And a lot of the times the media that you consume is very fucking biased. You'll never hear somebody shitting on the right that's on the right. You know what I mean? Like it's rare if it does happen. Let me not say never. It does happen. It's just really fucking rare. Super rare. But it sucks, man. And here's the chorus. They so fake. This is corny. Maybe fake woke. Facts don't care about you. Oh, so he's just regurgitating what Ben Shapiro be saying. They so fake woke. Same old safe zones. They so fake woke. Facts don't. All right, so he's a big fan of the Daily Wire. All right, so verse 2. I think it's crazy. All these people screaming facts, but they fake woke. Hate their neighbor because he wears a mask or he stays home. Why would you hate your neighbor because he wears a mask and wants to stay home? He's trying to stay safe. I don't understand that. Has a daughter, but his favorite artist said he slays hoes. Yeah, that shit's fucked up. Yeah. Picks her up from school. Music slaps on the way home. You don't play that in the car with your family. Come on, man. Censorship's an issue because they choose what they erase. It can be. It definitely can be. There's a difference between hate speech and speech that you hate. That's true. You can't just censor something because it pissed you off specifically. It's gotta, I mean, what's hate speech? Is it marginalizing a certain demographic? Like, is it going against like black people? Is it going against white people, Jews, homosexuals, transgenders, and such? I think Black Lives Matter was the stupidest name. Okay, thanks. Tell me how you really feel. God forbid motherfuckers just say Black Lives just like matter. God forbid. And then what about us? What about purple lives? But I'm just saying Black Lives Matter. I didn't know it was gonna piss you off that I said it, but I guess it pisses people off. When the system's screwing everyone exactly the same. Wow. The bubble you must live in. Statistically, that's wrong. Like empirically, that's like wrong. But okay. I just want to spend Thanksgiving Day with food and my family. without being accused of celebrating native casualties. Yeah, me too. Me too. I celebrate just to spend time with my family. I understand what had happened in the past, and I hope actually we do better by the Native Americans who still live here. We get better living conditions for them, honestly. We got so divided. It's black and white and political. Republicans are biggest, libtards if you're liberal. This is the centrist pitch, I guess. There's riots in our streets. It's just getting worse. I don't think there's currently riots in our streets. I think we chilling after the whole insurrection play that they did not too long ago. Y'all screaming defund the police. Y'all are genius for sure. They're underfunded already. If you say so. They're way too busy to work. Well, if you allocated a lot of the jobs that they already have to do to like people better suited, like with mental health and stuff like that, then instead of just calling them up for like damn near everything, I mean that might be better, right? You know, and that might play into the whole defund the police kind of thing. I don't know. Order food and call a cop, see which reaches you first. My man's, I ordered food yesterday. It was halal. It was lamb over rice. That shit took an hour. So I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Here's the pre-chorus. Here's the chorus. Back to it. Verse 3. We use violence to get peace and wonder why it isn't working. It worked with Japan. We bombed the dog shit out of them. Now we cool and they make us PlayStations. That's like sleeping with a football team and trying to be a virgin. That's a wild example. Politicians are for sale and someone always makes the purchase. Big facts. But you and I cannot afford it. Our democracy is worthless. Well, that's that. Yeah. If a man has mental illness, call him crazy. Say it silently. I felt my heart goes out to Kanye West for real. I hope he does get the help he needs. When countries going crazy, we accept it as society. I just really want to say this. Part of my reading, I know I sound like the stupid kid in the back of the class that the teacher just called on to read, and he don't know how to read. I sound like Mayweather, but I'm gonna try to keep it going here. This country is going crazy. We accept it as society because if you grow up in it, you don't know anything else really. Get sick and take a pill when the side effects get you high. Yeah, just talked about this. You get addicted like these rappers dying fighting with sobriety. I wish I could see it stop, deadass. I wish hip hop could just get rid of that whole shit for real. So that's big facts. Censoring the facts, he back to this shit. Censoring the facts turns our children into idiots. Yeah, like when Trump was trying to push that whole what was that shit that he was like trying to fix up the education system so that kids get taught like a very very pro America history course or some shit. Isn't that like literally what's going on here? They're like censoring history so that you're like hyper pro America. Isn't that's what that is? Anyway, they claim it's for our safety. I'll tell you what it really is. Removing information that empowers all the citizens. Yeah, but I'd also add on to that, not even removing, just add information like how to do your fucking taxes, like shit that you need to know how to do. Make that like general information for everybody. Instead, like, I'm not mad about maybe removing like certain fucked up shit or like maybe like changing it in a way like they tell you Christopher Columbus was like a great dude. He pulled up in the Nina and the Pinta and the Santa Maria and shit like that. That dude was a fucking asshole. He was a big fucking asshole. If you want to say that he was like a piece of shit in the social studies book, then I got no problem with that. But at least teach us like some shit that we need. So like some valid shit that we need to survive in life, instead of telling me like rock formations and stalactites and shit. Like I had to learn that nonsense in high school and like elementary school. Like I don't need to know that. You're not going to bring that over to real world, to the real life. So I don't know. Where was I? The truth doesn't damage points of view that are legitimate. Truth is subjective. Truth depends on, I guess, your own mindset, your own personal biases. To a lot of people, truth is there's two genders. To other people, truth is there's multiple genders. It depends on what your point of view is on truth. They're trying to change amen to amen, and oh my god, yo. It was like one dude who said that shit. It's not they're trying to change. It was one dude. Motherfuckers on the right be mad emotional. Like, yes, all right. It was one fucking guy, dude. Y'all being mad sensitive. How we let them make praying a microaggression? It's not what happened. That's not what's happening. Instead of asking God for the strength to keep winning, we cheat to get ahead and we ask him for forgiveness. I feel you on that. We definitely do. And that's that. It goes the pre-chorus and the chorus. For the most part, it sucks because there's a lot of truth in there, and there's a lot of bullshit in there too. And I heard the song, I didn't like it how it sounded, but I mean, it sucks because I feel like he's right, but he's steering in the wrong direction. It's weird. I don't know how to describe it. Everything he said on hip hop, I agree with 1000%. Well, at least from what I understood. Maybe I missed something or whatever, but from what I understand, a lot of the messages that get pushed in hip hop nowadays is stupid, dude. It's dumb, and it's so fucking childish, and I hate it to the point that modern day hip hop I don't listen to as much. I don't like it. All this drug rap and all this other shit. Like, growing up, even to a certain extent, like back in the day, you'd have Styles P or like Jadakiss talking about how they would they push it, but they don't take, the substance. You know what I mean? And now everybody's like, we a drug user, we popping pills, we doing this, that, and the third. Y'all sound like a bunch of drug addicts, and I hate it. I hate that hip hop sounds like this. Other than that, a lot of this shit I don't like. In terms of the message that's getting across. I saw people were getting mad that he had dissed Eminem. I didn't really see that as a diss. Maybe I don't know. I didn't I didn't get too mad off of that, honestly. I'm just honestly happy that Eminem grew and got more mature, and now is actually like speaking on issues, but from a more grown man perspective, in my opinion. But that's that. So that's the whole thing, man. That's the whole song. Hope you guys enjoyed. I was really in it for the message. I wasn't really trying to bump to anything. I just really wanted to see what he was talking about, and I hope this clarified some stuff for y'all. If it didn't, and at least I gave you my point of view on everything. All right. So this has been Mans. Remember to comment, the like button, subscribe, the share button, and really, if you didn't like this video because it was mad long, honestly, suck my dick.